We come to awaken your divinity, beloved Kuthumi, May 8, 2005. I am Kuthumi, having come to you through this messenger again. I am, having come to give you some clarification relating to the teaching that I gave a few days ago. 1. This is the teaching on twin flames. Many of you did not expect to hear such an interpretation of this teaching in the form that it was given by me. However, sooner or later your conception of yourselves and of your souls should be broadened. In reality, you are absolutely different from the image of yourselves that you have created in your external consciousness. And your might is unlimited. The potential to be God lies within you, within each of you. As a matter of fact, you are gods. And your task is to gradually master your divinity and to let divinity enter your external consciousness. Do believe that you are not people going to play the role of gods, you are gods who have come temporarily to play the role of people. Your divinity is hidden from your external consciousness, and your abilities are asleep within. Until you completely fulfill your task in this world. Millions of years ago, the seeds of your soul sowed the planets that were appearing at that time. Your immortal particle, your monad, has passed through all stages and all levels of the development of the material universe in its evolution. You were a stone, you were a plant, you were an insect, you were a representative of the lower animal kingdom, and you were the higher animals. You have passed through all these stages of evolution. You have passed them not only on this planet but on other planets as well. All this took billions of Earth years. The particle of God that constitutes your foundation was gradually being enriched with the experiences of your entire existence in the material universe. It looks as if you have come to work at a plant in a large company. You know that you are to become the director of this plant in due course. But in order to be a good leader, you have decided to pass through all the stages and steps of the career ladder, beginning from that of a basic worker through that of a leader of the lower and medium levels, to that of the director. When passing through all the stages of your work at the plant, you acquire grains of knowledge and experience shared with you by the people who have already gained work experience and mastered all the skills of their profession. Imagine that you have come to the design department, and the leader of this department spends many hours with you, teaching you all the intricacies of the design business and the skills that he has mastered over long years of his work in his position. To draw an analogy with your position as people on earth, at a certain stage of your evolution you receive an inner mentor, which is your Christ self, belonging to the higher beings that have already passed the human stage of evolution many millions of years ago. And this highly evolved being grants you a particle that becomes your mentor and your closest and best friend. At the same time, you are endowed with reason, the intelligence that differentiates humans from animals and is rightfully your tempter. It is so because after being endowed with reason and with free will at the same time, a person can use his reason both to maintain his life in the physical world and to advance on the path of evolution and perfection of his self in God. Your reason is what sets you apart from animals, and at the same time, in accordance with your free will, you are allowed to use your reason just to get merely animal pleasures of life and to surround yourselves with all the pleasures of the physical world that come to your mind. To return to the analogy of your internship in the design department, you start using the knowledge you have gained in the sphere of construction in order to design something that will enable you to create a machine that will fulfill all your wishes. And imagine that you start designing this machine and begin to use all the resources of the entire design department and then the capacity of the whole plant for that. Sooner or later your actions will be stopped because your activity does not correspond to the purpose for which this plant was built. You will have to either submit to the purpose for which you were invited to work or leave the precincts of the company where you have started your work. Exactly in the same way, you are faced with the task at the current stage of your evolution either to give up satisfying your irrepressible desires in the physical world and concentrate on the task for which your immortal particle has come to this world in order to pass the necessary internship, or you will have to leave the precincts of this world because your interests have come into conflict with the plan for this universe, and you must be stopped. The difference is that there is no other plant in this universe where you can find a job. You were given your mind at a certain stage of evolutionary development, and your task during all this enormous historical period of human development has been to master your mind and to place its mere carnal and animal inclinations under the command of the divine guidance. The time has come when you must give up the carnal part of your mind and completely submit yourselves to the divine reason. Both are present within you. You only have to differentiate one from another in your consciousness and voluntarily give up everything that can obstruct you in the next stage of your evolution when you are to pass from animal man to God man. At this stage you will need your friend and mentor, your Christ self, who is patiently waiting for you to finally pay attention to him and to be able to start studying under his immediate guidance. It is time to part with your children's toys, filling your material world, and fix your eyes on the real world. Your Christ self is exactly the part of you with which you must unite in your consciousness in the near future. This is your authentic twin flame, the bridegroom of your soul. You see how simple everything is, beloved. In fact, the teaching of God is a very simple teaching. And all the difficulty of the comprehension of this teaching is that you must perceive with your external mind the things that do not belong to your world. And you can do this only by using your divine abilities that are present within you but are dormant in most of humanity. We come to awaken your dormant abilities. We come to awaken your divinity. The time has come for you to voluntarily submit yourselves to the higher reason, manifesting the higher will within you. I have been glad to give you some additional clarification regarding the current stage of the evolutional development of your soul. I am Kuthumi, and I am always with you on your path.